ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपथकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं श्याम। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांदा नमोस्तुते अप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी शबानु सुदे देवे प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयति अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नां अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। जयदं सुहृदो पङ्गुर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पादाम्बुजो राधामदनमोहनो तमादिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं सुहृदावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्र सेतुं भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम् परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षीयक्षराय ते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमोस्तुमे। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण हरि ओम तत्सत। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Chap Canto 1, Chapter 3, Text 4. पश्यन्त्यधो रूपम् अदभ्रचक्षुषा सहस्रपादोरु भुजाननाद्भुतं सहस्रमूर्धा श्रवणाक्षि नासिकं सहस्रमौलि अम्बर कुण्डलोलसत्। पश्यन्त्यधो रूपम् अदभ्रचक्षुषा सहस्रपादोरु भुजाननाद्भुतं सहस्रमूर्धा श्रवणाक्षि नासिकं सहस्रमौलि अंबर कुंडलोलसात्। हरे कृष्णा। मंदर माता जी, कैन यू प्लीज?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। पश्यन्ततो रूपमद मदभ्रचुषा सहस्रपादोर्भुजाननाद्भुतं सहस्रमूर्धश्रवणासिनासिकं सहस्रमौल्यम्बरकुण्डलोलसत्।
Translation, Vivek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The devotees with their perfect eyes see the transcendental form of the Purusha, who has thousands of legs, things, arms and faces, all extraordinary. In that body there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes, and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets and glowing earrings and are adorned with garlands.
Very good. The devotees with their perfect eyes see the transcendental form of the Purusha, who has thousands of legs, thighs, arms, and faces, all extraordinary. In that body, there are thousands of heads, ears, eyes, and noses. They are decorated with thousands of helmets and glowing earrings and are adorned with garlands. So this is about the Vishwarupa Virat Purusha. The Lord, it is said that the whole Prapanja, the whole universe, the whole material creation is but the form of the Supreme Lord. So it spreads throughout the creation. So in that creation, the Vishwarupa, the Virat Rupa, one can see those who have perfect eyes. Okay. The Purusha, who has thousands of legs, thighs, arms, faces. So in brief, we have to understand that the Supreme Lord is all pervasive. His eyes are everywhere, his legs are everywhere, his hands are everywhere, all his bodily limbs are everywhere. So he can, he's omniscient, he's omnipresent, he's omnipotent. So anything and everything is possible. Just like we, our senses are only localized. We cannot see beyond a certain range, right? We cannot hear beyond a certain range. We cannot touch beyond a certain point. Similarly, that is because it's all localized. But the Supreme Lord has eyes, ears, nose, legs, hands, all other parts of the body spread throughout the entire creation. So he can see, he can hear, he can speak, he can touch, he can do anything and everything within the universe entirety. So that is the purpose behind this explanation. That Supreme Lord is all pervasive, is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. So who can understand this? Only who has perfect eyes. Why? We have to just think that although this is a transcendent form, it is not available in the spiritual world. This is for those who cannot fathom the greatness of the Supreme Lord in his Archa Vigraha, in his transcendental form. For them, it is necessary that Lord has so many legs, so many eyes, so many hands. So that's why he's showing Vishwarupa also to Arjuna, Virat Rupa, that to emphasize that he is available everywhere. He knows past, present, and future. There is nothing that is unknown to him. So that is the purpose. So with our present materialized senses, we cannot perceive anything of the transcendent Lord. We know that when Arjuna was shown the Virat Rupa, he could see it because the Lord empowered him to see that. He had given him the spiritual vision. All others could not see, except some demigods who were also able to see because of the empowerment of the Supreme. So our present senses are to be rectified by the process of devotional service, and then the Lord himself becomes revealed to us. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that the transcendent Lord can be perceived only by pure devotional service. So it is confirmed in the Vedas that only devotional service can lead one to the side of the Lord, and that only devotional service can reveal it. So as far as the power to see the Supreme Lord, what is the power? How do we get the power? How do we get the vision? Only by devotional service. Only when we have unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord's presence everywhere, and when we have that uninterrupted and unbroken and without any expectation, without any motivation, unflinching faith, such devotional service when we have, then we will be able to understand and realize the Supreme Lord's presence everywhere. So it is confirmed in the Vedas that only devotional service can lead one to the side of the Lord, and that only devotional service can reveal him. So with our intelligence, with our material prowess, we cannot see. Only by his blessings, when we do devotional service, he will bless us. And when he blesses us, we'll be able to see him. We'll be able to understand him. Otherwise, it's not. With our own efforts, with our own tiny intelligence, or with our own prowess, we will not be able to understand him. So in the Brahma Samhita also, it is said that the Lord is always visible to the devotees whose eyes have been anointed with a tinge of devotional service. So we have to take information of the transcendental form of the Lord from persons who have actually seen him with perfect eyes made with devotion. Those whose eyes have been anointed with devotion, only they will be able to see him. Premanjana Chrida Bhakti Vilochanayana. Premanjana, Anjana is the kajal. The kajal of prema, love. So whose eyes have been anointed with the love of Krishna, love of Godhead, will be able to see him. Otherwise, it's not possible. So in the material world, also, we do not always see things with our own eyes. We sometimes see through the experience of those who have actually seen or done things. So there are many people in the material world who cannot see many things. But we experience or we see those things through the eyes of those who have seen it, isn't it? For example, I have not seen the President of United States. But does it mean that he doesn't exist? No. We agree or we accept that there is a president by name so-and-so, Joe Biden. Okay. How? By hearing from other reliable sources. So it is not necessary that everything can be seen by us. It can be seen through the eyes of others, and it can be heard through the ears of others. So that's what Prabhupada says here. So it's not always the case that we can see with our own eyes. We sometimes see through the experience of those who have actually seen or done things. If that is the process for experiencing a mundane object, it is more perfectly applicable in matters transcendental. Even for mundane things, if that is applicable, so what to speak of matters that are transcendental? So only with patience and perseverance can we realize the transcendental subject matter regarding the absolute truth and its different forms. So we should have patience and perseverance. Only then we'll be able to realize the subjects relating to transcendental activities of the absolute truth. So he is formless to the neophytes, but is in transcendental form, the experts are related. So as far as neophytes, the beginners are concerned, they understand in this way that Lord is formless. Lord doesn't have a form. But as he progresses in devotional service, he will come to the knowledge that Lord has a transcendental form. He is not formless. So that's only an advanced devotee will be able to understand that Lord has a form which is not material, which is spiritual, which is transcendental. Okay, so we'll go to the next verse. Fine. Etannanavataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasyam samsena srijyante devatriyam naradaya. Etannanavataranam nidhanam bijam avyayam yasyam samsena srijyante devatriyam naradaya. Okay, Vivek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Etan nanavataranam nidhanam bijamabhyam jasyang shanshano srijante devo taya nivardhat
Naradaya.
niradhaya.
Translation, Mantra Madhaji.
This form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and indestructible seed of multifarious incarnation within the universe. From the particle and portion of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and other are created.
Very good. This form, the second manifestation of the Purusha, is the source and indestructible seed of multifarious incarnations within the universe. From the particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. So this form, second, which is the second manifestation of the Purusha? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. There are three Purushas. The first is Maha Vishnu, Karnodaka Sai Vishnu, from whom all the universes are being emanated. And he further expands as Garbhosa Vishnu. That Vishnu enters each and every universe. So this sloka is speaking about the second manifestation. And who is the source of indestructible seed of multifarious incarnation? From whom comes multifarious incarnations within this particular universe? And from particles and portions of this form, different living entities like demigods, men, and others are created. So from whom different demigods and men and other creatures are created. So the Purusha, after creating innumerable universes in the Mahatattva, entered in each of them as the second Purusha, Garbhosai Vishnu. When he saw that within the universe there was only darkness and space without a resting place, he filled half of the universe with the water from his own perspiration and laid himself down on the same water. So the universes are created by Mahavishnu, and that Mahavishnu expanded as Garbhosai Vishnu. He entered each and every universe. So it was only darkness. There was only darkness and space. There was nothing to rest. So he filled half of the universe with his own perspiration, and he lied down on that. And from his navel, the stem of the lotus flower sprouted, and on the flower petals, the birth of Brahma, or the master engineer of the universal plan, took place. So he was lying on the ocean of Garbhodaka, and from his navel sprouted a lotus stem, and in that lotus stem there was a flower, lotus flower, and on that lotus flower Brahma was born, and that Brahma is the master engineer of the universal plan.
So Prabhuji, Kshirodakshay Vishnu is Mahavishnu.
Karnodakshay Vishnu.
Karnodakshay, okay, Karnodakshay Vishnu. Karnodakshay Vishnu is Mahavishnu.
Mahavishnu.
And Kshirodakshay Vishnu is
further expansion of Garbhosai Vishnu.
Oh.
That will be.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Can you tell it again, Prabhuji? Sorry, I'm not getting this. Garbhodika Vishnu, first one, what you were telling, Prabhuji?
First one is Karana Udaka Sai Vishnu or Mahavishnu. Second one is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Third one is Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, Maji?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
There was one diagram I have seen sometimes, one Prabhuji shown me.
Yeah.
That with the different. Do you have that one?
I will check it and send it to you.
Oh.
I will send.
Okay.
So Brahma became the engineer of the universe. So see, if you want to make a building, what all material required? You need iron, you need bricks, you need wood, you need cement. Okay, you need plastic material frames and so many other materials, right? So all these materials that is required to make a building is provided by the owner. And the chief engineer, what he does, he uses all this material and construct a building, right? So the person who is providing all the material to create, living beings and other things in this material world is the Supreme Lord himself. That is Karna Udakasai Vishnu. He provides the Mahatattva, all material ingredients. And Brahma, the chief material engineer, he assembles it and gives forms to all the living entities. That is what. So that's called secondary creation, Visarga. The first creation is Sarga. So that's what it is mentioned here. The master engineer of the universal plan is Brahma. The engineer has to get materials, right? Without material, he cannot make anything. So that materials are provided by the Supreme Lord Mahavishnu. So Brahma was generated from Rajoguna. Brahma became the engineer of the universe, and the Lord himself took charge of the maintenance of the universe as Vishnu. Brahma was generated from Rajoguna of Prakriti, or the mode of passion in nature, and Vishnu became the Lord of the mode of universe. So creation can be done only in Rajoguna. Okay. In Satoguna, creation is not possible. So Satoguna maintenance. So that Lord Vishnu himself has taken that portfolio. And the creation part is taken by Lord Brahma, who is the master of mode of passion. The destruction part of it, Lord Shiva has taken, who is the master of the mode of ignorance. So Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, mode of passion, Lord Brahma, master of mode of passion, and Vishnu is master of mode of goodness, Maheshwara is master of mode of ignorance. So the trinities. So one is creating, one is maintaining, one is destroying. That's what is mentioned here. So Vishnu, being transcendent to all the modes, is always aloof from materialistic affection. This has already been explained. From Brahma, there is Rudra, who is in charge of the mode of ignorance or darkness. He destroys the whole creation by the will of the Lord. So at frequent intervals, whenever it is required to be destroyed, who does it? Lord Shiva. Therefore, all three, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are incarnations of Garbhasa Vishnu. So, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are incarnation of Garbhodasa Vishnu. So that this Vishnu is that which comes from Garbhodasa Vishnu is Shirosai Vishnu, who is maintaining this material universe. Brahma is secondary creator. Maintaining is done by Shirosai Vishnu, and destroying or destructing is done by Lord Shiva. So are incarnates of Garbhodasa Vishnu. From Brahma, the other demigods like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and many others become incarnated to generate living entities within the universe. So Mahavishnu gives all the ingredients. Mahatattva, and from Garbhodasa Vishnu comes from Brahma, and the another Vishnu, Shirosai Vishnu, and Shiva. They are the masters of the creation, secondary creation, maintenance, and destruction. Okay. And further, Brahma also creates. Here it is. From Brahma, the other demigods like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and many others become incarnated. They're all called Prajapatis. Why Prajapatis? Because their duty is to make progenies. So Brahma instructs and empowers them to make progenies, like Daksha, Marichi, Manu, and all. So this Garbhosai Vishnu is glorified in the Vedas, in the hymns of Garbhastuti, which begins with the description of the Lord as having thousands of heads. So this Garbhosai Vishnu is glorified, one who has thousands of heads. That is what we read earlier in the earlier sloka. Garbhosai Vishnu is the Lord of the universe, and although he appears to be lying within the universe, he is always transcendental. This also has already been explained. The Vishnu, he is the plenary portion of the Garbhosai Vishnu. He is the super soul of the universal life. Who is that Vishnu here? The plenary portion of Garbhosai Vishnu is Kshetrosai Vishnu. He is the Paramatma. He is a Paramatma. Okay, the Vishnu is the plenary portion of the Garbhosai Vishnu. He is the super soul, Paramatma, of the universal life. And he is known as the maintainer of the universe, or Kshetrosai Vishnu. So I got it? So from Garbhosai Vishnu comes Brahma, Shiva, and Kshetrosai Vishnu. Three trinities who are empowered to maintain, to create, and to destroy. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. And this Kshetrosai Vishnu as Paramatma is all pervasive. So the three features of the original Purusha are thus understood. All the incarnation, yeah.
वही परमात्मा शीरोदशाई विष्णु.
Yeah, Paramatma is Kshetrosai Vishnu. That is the expansion of Garbhosai Vishnu.
So we are like the part and parcel of the.
What's that?
Part and parcel of Supreme Lord. We have the Atma and Paramatma in our body, right?
So Paramatma, so we are all part and parcel of Supreme Lord. We are called Jivatmas. And Paramatma is Kshetrosai Vishnu, who is the expansion of Garbhosai Vishnu. So all the yeah, anything?
So Paramatma, even or everybody's heart. I mean, everybody we have Paramatma also watching us. Atma and Paramatma. So the Paramatma is Kshetrosai Vishnu is expanded to all living entities.
Yeah. Right. And all the incarnations within the universe are emanation from the Kshetrosai Vishnu. So all the incarnations that comes to this particular universe comes through Kshetrosai Vishnu. Okay. Although the source is Garbhosai Vishnu, in this material world, the incarnation comes through Kshetrosai Vishnu. In different millennia, there are different incarnations and they are innumerable. Although some of them are very prominent, such as Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, and many others. These incarnations called Leela incarnations. We have already explained that there are 6 types of incarnations, which are this Purusha incarnations, okay, Purusha avataras, Leela avataras, Yuga avataras, Manvantara avataras, Shakti Avesha avataras. Then one more, what is that? One is missing. Anyway, there are 6 types. I forgot one. So this Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, they are called Leela avataras. Guna avataras, here, I forgot. Guna avataras. Okay. There are 6 types of avataras. Okay. So I'll say again. Purusha avataras, Leela avataras, Manvantara avataras, Yuga avataras, Shakti Avesha avataras, Guna avataras. There are 6 types of incarnations.
Yes, Purusha, Guna, Leela avatar, Yuga avatar, Manvantara, or Vaibhava, Shakti avatar.
Yes, right. So then there are qualitative incarnations such as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. That is Guna avatara. So which quality? Brahma, passion. Vishnu, goodness. Shiva, ignorance. Who take charge of different modes of material nature? Lord Vishnu is non-different from the personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is in the marginal position between the personality of Godhead and the living entities. So Lord Shiva is a different tattva. We are all Jiva tattva, and Vishnu is Vishnu tattva, and Shiva is Shiva tattva. So Lord Shiva is placed between the living entities and the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He is not Jiva tattva nor Vishnu tattva. His tattva is Shiva tattva. It's a special tattva. Okay. Brahma is always a Jiva tattva. So Brahma is the chief living entity. He is Jiva tattva. Shiva tattva, that is Lord Shiva is Shiva tattva. Vishnu is Vishnu tattva. The highest pious living being, who? Brahma, or the greatest devotee of the Lord, is empowered with the potential of the Lord for creation and is called Brahma. His power is like the power of the sun reflected in valuable stones and jewels. When there is no such living being to take charge of the post of Brahma, the Lord himself becomes a Brahma, takes charge of the post. So at times, there may be a situation that there is no qualified living being to occupy the position of Brahma. So at that time, Lord himself takes the position of Brahma. That's what is mentioned here. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary living being. He is the plenary portion of the Lord. He is the Amsha of the Lord. But because Lord Shiva is in direct touch with material nature, he is not exactly in the same transcendental position of the Lord. Because Lord Vishnu is, although is the cause of this material nature, he is not influenced by the modes of material nature. So he is beyond, he is transcendental. Whereas Lord Shiva is in direct touch with the material nature. Okay. That's why he is not exactly in the same transcendental position of Lord Vishnu. So the difference is like that between milk and curd. Milk is the source, the origin, right? Milk is the cause for curd. From milk comes curd. From curd, you cannot make milk. Can we? By adding some, what do you call, tamarind or something, we can make curd from milk. But from curd, can we make milk? We cannot. Similarly, so milk is Vishnu and curd is Lord Shiva. So if in one sense, is curd milk? Yes. Otherwise, and curd is not milk also. Both simultaneous. One simultaneous, right? It's one but different. So that's the difference. Milk is a real product, and from milk we can make curd and ghee and butter and so many other things. Curd is nothing but milk, and yet it cannot be used in place of milk. It's a transformation of milk only, but it cannot be used in place of milk. It has a different purpose. Just like the pot, earthen pot, the clay pot. Okay, it is nothing but clay, but can we use clay in place of pot? We cannot. It is clay in a sense, but can we use clay in place of pot? No, it's a different form. It's a transformation of the clay only. Similarly, we cannot use the milk products in place of milk. That's what. So the difference between Vishnu and Shiva is explained like that here. So the next incarnations are the Manus. Manu is the chief of mankind. Manushya, Manava, is the chief. From Manu comes all the Manavas, Manushya, man. Okay, the source of man or Manushya or Manava is from Manu. Next incarnations are Manus. Within 1 day's duration of life of Brahma, which is calculated by our solar years as 4,300,000 by 1,000 years, there are 14 Manus. So in 1 day of Brahma, 14 Manus come and go. 14 Manus comes and goes. 1 day of Brahma. That is, the duration is given here. 4,300,000,000 years. 4,300,000,000 years is the duration of 1 day of Brahma. 4,300,000 into 1,000, right? Am I right? 4,300,000,000 years. So that is the duration of 1 day or 1 kalpa of Brahma. In that day, 14 Manus changes. So therefore, there are 420 Manus in 1 month of Brahma and 5,040 Manus in 1 year of Brahma. So in the lifespan of 1 Brahma, 5,040 Manus comes and goes. So all the demigods, their lifespan is 1 Manvantara. 1 Manvantara. The set of demigods, Vayu, Chandra, Indra, Varuna, Agni, they're all demigods. Their lifespan is also 1 Manvantara. 1 Manvantara means in 1 day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus, 14 sets of demigods comes and goes in 1 day of Brahma. 1 Manvantara means the reign or the period of 1 Manu. Is it clear? Or confusion?
So it is slowly.
Okay, I'll explain again. 1 day of Brahma, it is 1 Chaduryuga multiplied by 1,000. 1 Chaduryuga means 4,300,000 years. That means if you total Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, you will get 4,320,000 years to be precise. This is just rounded up. Okay, that means 4,320,000 years is 1 cycle of 4 yugas. Multiply by 1,000 is 1 day. That means the 12 hours. We say, no, 1 day, the daytime is 12 hours, right? That is 1 day of Brahma. That much is the night also. So multiply by again 1,000. 24 hours. So in 1 day of Brahma, that is that during the daytime, not night time included, 14 Manus comes. And the period of 1 Manu is called Manvantara.
So Prabhuji, what happened in the night then?
Night, Brahma is sleeping. We are all sleeping.
So all is
nothing, no activities. No activity. Okay. Just like at night, we are all sleeping, no activity. Similarly, Brahma is sleeping, we are all sleeping along with Brahma. Okay, so that, yeah.
In that 1 day, you are saying that 14 Manus comes means they got born. That 14 Manus got born.
Just like for example, I'll tell you in a material term, in a company, okay, every year the manager changes. Okay, so in 14,
yes, sir.
In 14 years, 14 manager comes and goes. Similarly, in 1 day of Brahma, there are 14 Manu manager of the mankind comes and goes. So the lifespan of a Manu is in a day of Brahma is 1 by 14th. 14 Manus changes, no? So that's the lifespan.
Okay, so from these Manus, from these 14 Manus, other creation happens like that.
From this 14 Manu?
Just a normal person that take birth, na? So from these Manus.
No, this is not, we are not talking about our lifespan is in different yugas, different lifespan. Our lifespan is very, very small. 100 years. And the lifespan of Manu is 72. 72. What is that? What is that called? Divya Yugas. Divya or Mahayugas. That is 4 times. Their lifespan is much, much higher. Our lifespan, especially in the age of Kali, is very distinct.
No, actually, I was asking why these only 14 Manus comes and goes.
Yeah.
If
In one day.
there is a one day of lifespan, it might be Manu is the chief incarnation of living entity that
Yeah.
I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So only one Manu is enough. Why these 14 Manus comes and goes? Like my
Because
question is
their lifespan is just like our lifespan is 100 years. Their lifespan is also limited. So in one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus comes. Just like in one company, in 10 years, there are 10 managers. Every year, the manager changes like that. So they have a lifespan. Just like how we have a lifespan, they too have a lifespan. Brahma has a lifespan of 100 years, which is 311 trillion 40 billion years. So it is all fixed. So that's what I'm saying. Manu has a fixed 72 Yuga cycle is the lifespan of one Manu. So in one day of Brahma, 14 times into 72 cycle of the Yuga. The lifespan of Brahma is 4,320,000 years multiplied by 1,000. So in that, there are 14 Manus. And like that, in one lifespan of Brahma, 5,040 Manus comes. You got it clear? Everyone has a lifespan. We cannot go beyond that. So Manu also has a lifespan. Brahma also has a lifespan. So according to their lifespan, in one day of Brahma, there will be 14 Manus. One Manu cannot stay throughout the lifespan of Brahma.
No, that's okay. I understand that one Manu cannot stay for the long time. But what I have confusion now, I am thinking like one Manu came. Then from that one Manu, other Manus came. Like that I am thinking. It's a chain is going on.
No. One Manu came, not from him, another Manu comes. His lifespan, another Manu is coming from Lord Brahma only.
Okay.
Lord Brahma only from the Manu comes from Lord Brahma. Not that from Manu, another Manu comes. No.
Okay. I was thinking like that chain is creating and that type then this
Brahma from Brahma only Manu comes. Each and every Manu comes.
Okay.
Okay, Maji?
Probably one question is that this Manu Samhita, when you say this
Yeah.
Manu Samhita is written by Manu.
Yeah.
So one of the Manu has written this Manu Samhita.
Yeah. So each and every time there will be Manu Samhita. Each and every Manu comes, he will write because they keep changing, no? Manu keeps changing.
And this Dibba Juga means like what Juga you are saying? Dibba Juga means which one?
What is that?
Dibba Juga.
Divya Yuga means the one cycle of 4 yugas is called Mahayuga or Divya Yuga.
Oh, one cycle of 4 yugas. Okay. Okay. So one cycle of 4 yuga is one Dibba Juga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Mahayuga, we can say. So therefore, one can simply imagine how many millions of Manus there are during one breath of the Purusha. One breath means that is one Brahma's duration, life's duration. That is 504,000 Manus. The Manus who are prominent within the universe are as follows. So they are given 14 names of in one Manvantara, and not in one day of Brahma. How many Manus comes and goes? That list is given now. Yajna as Swayambhu Manu. This is the first Manu during the creation. Okay, Vibhu as Swarochisa Manu, Satyasena as Uttama Manu, Hari as Tamasa Manu, Vaikunda as Raivata Manu, Ajita as Chakshusha Manu, Vamana as Vaivashyata Manu. We are in this Manvantara now. Vaivashyata Manu. Okay. The present age is under the Vaivashyata Manu. Previously, it was Chakshusha Manu. In Chakshusha Manu, I think the fish incarnation took place. I think so. Yeah. So, and Sarvabhauma as Savarni Manu. This is now coming. Okay. It's not come yet. Now we are in the Vaivashyata Manu. We are all living in the Vaivashyata Manu's period. Now, after this, Sarvabhauma as Savarni Manu, Rishabha as Daksha Savarni Manu, Vishwakshana as Brahma Savarni Manu, Dharma Sedu as Dharma Savarni Manu, Sudama as Rudra Savarni Manu, Yogeshwara as Deva Savarni Manu, and Brahad Banu as Indra Savarni Manu. These are the names of one set of 14 Manus covering 4,300,000,000 solar years as described above. One day of Brahma. So these are the 14. Now we are in the 7th Manu period. Okay. 7th Manu, that is Vaivashyata Manu. So 14 Manus, one set of 14 Manus are given. So 6 already over, 7th is running. Now another 7 are yet to come for one day of Brahma to complete. So now we can understand Lord Brahma's, what is his time now? He is in the noon time. So 7 is already passed, 7 yet to come. One day. So he is somewhere in the noon time, 12 o'clock time, his day. Got it? Understood? 12 hours, 7 Manu is already gone. 7 Manu is yet to come. I mean, 7th Manu is there, another 6 Manu yet to come. So Lord Brahma has already finished his morning and now he is in the noon time.
Prabhuji, so this Manu is coming in the daytime, our Lord.
Yeah, nighttime Brahma is sleeping, all are sleeping.
Nothing is happening.
Nothing is
So
happening, no activity.
Now we are in the seventh Manu.
Yeah, 7th Manu.
So that means
Half day is finished.
Achha, half day. Yeah, half day is finished. So I mean, it will not be 12, no, Prabhuji?
It will not be?
It will be 12 or like...
yeah, 12. Let's say 12. From 6 to 6. Morning 6 to evening 6 is 12 hours. So 7
so that is why you are saying on the 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are somewhere in the noon or just
6 to 6.
Just past noon, afternoon. 7th is running. So not afternoon, noon only. 7th not finished.
So you are in the peak one, not just in the middle.
Yeah. The sun is on top now. Over our head.
So I think Manu Samhita is written for this now is Vaivashyata Manu.
Yeah, so Manu Samhita, in the beginning, it was written Swayambhu Manu. Every time, it gets lost. The new Manu comes, so he writes and pass it on. He pass it on. Because after each Manu's period is over, there will be some disturbance. There will be some partial annihilation also. So everything will get lost sometimes. So then again, the Manu will be the reason for the mankind's to come into this planet. Is the master of the mankind. Manu is the chief of the mankind. Manava. Manushya.
Prabhuji, this 14 Manu, when it will be there, like, I mean, when Kalki Avatar will come, like, he will also be coming, like,
Kalki.
sometime.
Kalki, other, that is, they are not called Yuga Avataras.
Prabhuji, but they will come on this time, in the daytime of Brahma, at this one time? No.
Yeah, because, in the daytime, one daytime of my Brahma, 72 cycle of Divya Yoga is there. 72, not 1 or 2. So this Kalki Yuga is the last Yuga of this particular Divya Yoga cycle. Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kalki. I mean Kali, sorry. Then again start Satya. Sometimes it's confusing.
Yeah, it will take some time. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Slowly you will learn.
No problem. Okay, we'll just go ahead. We'll just complete this. Okay, so 72 Yuga cycle, okay, is one Manvantara. And in one day of Brahma, 14 Manus comes. And one Divya Yuga or Mahayuga is the total of 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And and now the present Manu is Vaivashuddha Manu. The 7th Manu is running now. Before that, it was Chakshusha Manu. So in each Manu's period, different pastimes takes place. Different Leela Avataras, different, Leela Avatara comes and goes. And there'll be some slight changes in the details of the Avataras also. Not the same pastime sometimes. Now the Narasimha Avatara, okay, in different yugas, in different kalpa, there may be different leelas, not the same leelas. Narasimha Avatara, Matsya Avatara, Kurma Avatara. So even whatever is given in the Bhagavatam is also not the present kalpa. Kalpa Bhed may be there. Different kalpa, some avataras, some pastimes have taken place. That also is being described here. So it's not happened in this particular yuga cycle. It may have happened in different yuga cycle, in different kalpa of Brahma also. Okay. So that's also possible. So then there are the Yugavadaras or the incarnation of the millennia. So this is giving a description of different avataras. Okay, so Manvantara Avatara is over. Now Yugavadaras. The yugas are known as Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. The incarnations of each yuga are different color. So they come in different colors in yuga, the Yuga Avataras. Colors are white, red, black, and yellow. Yellow is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. White, red, black. Black is Lord Krishna. Red is, I think, Yajna, and Hamsa is white. In the Dwapara Yuga, Lord Krishna in black color appeared, and in the Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya in yellow color appeared.
The white and red, what one?
That is Hamsa and Yajna. So that is red, and Hamsa is white and Yajna is red, I think. So all the incarnations of the Lord are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. There is no scope for an impostor to become an incarnation. For an incarnation must be mentioned in the Shastras. Incarnation does not declare himself to be an incarnation of the Lord, but great sages agree by the symptoms mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Features of the incarnation and the particular type of mission which he has to execute are mentioned in the revealed scriptures. So from the scriptures we can make out who is an incarnation, what are the symptoms. So nobody can claim I am an incarnation. So if somebody claims that he is an incarnation, it's a bogus, because the incarnation never claims that he is an incarnation. So the sages, from the symptoms of that incarnation as revealed in the scriptures, they will find out he's an incarnation. So how Lord Krishna was declared, or how Lord Krishna, people came to know that he's an incarnation from the scriptures, from the symptoms, from his activities. Like that, Kalki, he will have so and so symptoms, he will do so and so activities. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will also have so and so symptoms and he will do so and so activities. So it's all given in the revealed scriptures. From that, we'll be able to make out who is an incarnation. So anyone and everyone cannot claim that he is an incarnation. That's bogus. And no incarnation will declare that he is an incarnation. That's what he says. So apart from the direct incarnation, there are innumerable empowered incarnations. So apart from the direct incarnations which are mentioned, Matsya Kurma, Varas, and there are innumerable empowered incarnation. Some Jiva Tattvas, Jivas are empowered by the Supreme Lord. They're called empowered incarnation. They're also mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Such incarnations are directly as well as indirectly empowered. Directly and indirectly. When they are directly empowered, they are called incarnations. But when they are indirectly empowered, they are called vibhutis. So direct means its own expansion. Indirectly empowering the Jiva Tattvas, vibhutis. Directly empowered incarnations are Kumaras, Narada, Prithu, Shesha, Ananta, etc. As far as vibhutis are concerned, they are very explicitly described in the Bhagavad Gita as Vibhuti Yoga chapter. And all of these different types of incarnations are found in head is the Garbhosa Vishnu. So they're all coming from Garbhosa Vishnu only. So the directly empowered incarnations are Kumaras, Narada, Prithu, Shesha, Ananda. They're all empowered directly by the Supreme Lord. And indirectly empowered are called Vibhutis. Shakti Avesh Avatara. Empowered directly and indirectly. Okay. So this is it. Red 6. So next is 6. Okay. Vanchakalpatarubhesya kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, चलो प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय।